My girlfriend told everyone about my financial problems at my birthday celebration, and I decided to give back. What happened next shocked everyone. No one expected me to dare to respond like that. So, this is hard to write, but I need to get this off my chest because it's been eating me alive for the past few weeks. I'm a 29-year-old guy, and this whole thing went down at my own freaking birthday party. What started off as a night I thought was about me, surrounded by my friends, cake, and laughter, ended with me standing there like an idiot while my girlfriend humiliated me in front of everyone. Let me back up a bit. We've been dating for almost a year. Her name's Tessa. She's the type of girl who walks into a room and people notice. Confident, well-dressed, talks like she owns the world. At first, it was magnetic. I liked her spark. I liked that she pushed me to do better, or at least that's what I thought she was doing. I'd lost my job 4 months before the party. I didn't tell many people. Not out of shame, but because I was hustling. Interviewing, picking up freelance work, applying for everything under the sun. I didn't want pity, and I sure as hell didn't want my situation to define me. Tessa knew. She said she understood. Said everyone has rough patches. Even offered to help cover groceries a couple times. I thought she was supportive. So for my birthday, we planned a little get-together at our place. Just a chill night with close friends, pizza, some drinks, nothing crazy. I was honestly looking forward to it, a rare break from the job hunt grind. People started showing up around 7. It was nice at first. Laughter, music, my buddy Chris brought those stupid party hats he always insists on even though none of us are 6 years old. I was actually smiling. I remember thinking I needed this. Then came the speech. Tessa clinked her wine glass around 9. Everyone turned. She climbed up on one of our bar stools, smirking like she was about to deliver a toast straight from a Hallmark movie. I didn't expect it, I never asked for attention like that. But I figured, okay, maybe she just wanted to say something sweet. It was my birthday. I couldn't have been more wrong. She started off fine. We're all here to celebrate an amazing guy, she said, throwing a wink my way. He's kind, funny, so thoughtful. Then it took a hard left. Even if he's a little financially challenged right now. I blinked. Laughed nervously, thinking I misheard. She kept going. You know, it takes a lot of courage to keep going when you're unemployed. And living off instant noodles and hope. Laughter. Real laughter. My friends. People I'd known for years. I remember Chris spitting beer back into his cup. And I just stood there. Frozen. She wasn't done. I told him he didn't have to feel bad about not paying rent this month. Or the last. Or the one before that. It's 2023 inflation, right? More laughter. I swear I felt my stomach twist in on itself. Like my whole body turned inside out. My hands started sweating, but I couldn't move. I looked around, my best friend Mike was staring at the floor. Sam, my college roommate, was whispering something to his girlfriend, eyebrows raised. Tessa was laughing now. Like she didn't just light me up in front of everyone I care about. I don't even remember how the rest of the night went. I think I walked into the bathroom and stayed there until most people left. Someone knocked once, asked if I was okay. I didn't answer. When I came out, the place was half empty. Tessa was on the couch, scrolling through her phone like nothing happened. She looked up and said, "Don't be so sensitive. I was just trying to lighten the mood." Lighten the mood? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't sleep that night. I laid there staring at the ceiling next to someone who clearly thought my struggles were a joke. Who thought her social currency mattered more than my dignity. And the worst part? I thanked her earlier that evening for organizing the party. I hugged her and told her I appreciated her. I've never felt more like a fool in my entire life. After the humiliating night, I told myself I'd talk to Tessa in the morning. I needed answers. I needed to understand how she could think any of that was okay. But when I woke up, she was already gone. Left a note on the kitchen counter like nothing happened. Ran to Pilates. Love you. With a heart at the end. I stared at that heart like it was some kind of joke. Love? Nah. That wasn't love. That was performance. The thing is, I tried to brush it off. I really tried. Told myself maybe she didn't mean to embarrass me. Maybe she just had a few too many drinks. Maybe she thought she was being funny and it came out wrong. I was gaslighting myself. But something didn't sit right. And the next couple days I started noticing things that made my gut twist. People were acting weird. Chris didn't respond to my texts. He always hits me back right away. We've known each other since high school. Sam sent me a message that said, "Hey man, I hope you're okay. Let me know if you need anything," but it was vague. Like he wanted to say more but didn't. Then there was Emma. She's dating one of my old coworkers and we've been close since college. She came by to drop off a hoodie I'd left at her place months ago. I hadn't even asked for it. She just said she had a feeling I might need it now. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? She hesitated. Then she looked me straight in the eye and said, you deserve better, Keith. You really do. I didn't even know what to say. She left before I could ask. So that night I cracked. I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I went through Tessa's group chats. Not her private convos, just the group threads she left open on her laptop. I felt sick doing it, but at this point I needed to know. And what I saw changed everything. One of her group chats with her college friends, they had this thread called Power Girls Nail Polish, and in it, Tessa had been talking about me for months. It wasn't just jokes. It was cruel. Here's some of what I remember. Ugh, Keith still looking for work. At this point I should just list myself as his sugar mama on my taxes, lol. I swear if I hear him say the words networking opportunity one more time I'm going to throw his laptop out the window. He offered to cook dinner tonight. So sweet. Can't wait for my plate of rice and tears. They all laughed. They laughed. Called me a kept man, said I was cute in a rescue puppy kind of way. But the worst? She said if this doesn't work out at least I'll have a solid struggled with a broke guy phase in my glow-up story. That one hit me in the chest like a brick. I closed the laptop. Just sat there. It was around midnight. I think I stayed in the dark for a full hour. I couldn't even cry. I just kept repeating the phrase in my head like it was a mantra from hell. Struggled with a broke guy, glow-up story. I was AF *****ing chapter in her life. That's all. Not a partner. Not someone she loved. Just a goddamn story for her to tell when she made it big. That night I didn't sleep. Again. In the morning I confronted her. She waltzed in like nothing was wrong. Hey babe, she said, tossing her gym bag on the floor. I asked her to sit down. Her eyes narrowed immediately. What's going on? I said I saw the group chat. Boom. Her face went blank. I wish I could tell you she looked sorry. Or shocked. But no. She rolled her eyes. Rolled them. Told you were too sensitive, she muttered. Tessa, I said, you made me into a joke. You humiliated me in front of my friends. And you've been doing it for months behind my back. She crossed her arms. Oh, come on. It was just girl talk. You think I'm the only one who vents about their boyfriend? You should see what Emma says about Brad. That's when it hit me. She didn't care. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was who she was. Do you even like me? I asked. She shrugged. Shrugged. You're fine. I just thought you'd be a little further along in life by now. I swear something in me broke. I stood up, grabbed my keys, and left. Didn't even know where I was going, I just needed to get out of that apartment before I did something I'd regret. I drove around for an hour, parked in some random grocery store lot, and just sat there in silence. That's when I realized something I hadn't let myself think until then. This woman, this person I'd trusted with my vulnerability didn't just disrespect me. She despised me. And somehow I had been too blind, too hopeful, too stupid to see it. So yeah. After reading those messages, after she looked me dead in the eyes and shrugged when I asked if she even liked me, I realized something. I'd been wasting my energy being hurt. What I needed to be was smart. See, Tessa wanted to make me the punchline. The charity case. The guy she stood by while he struggled, her little project. Her sad story with a heart emoji at the end. She wanted to be the hero of my downfall. But she messed up. Because what she forgot was, I wasn't the guy I used to be. Yeah, I was broke. But I wasn't broken. There's a difference. And more importantly, I had receipts. I had a damn folder full of screenshots, photos, saved chats. And I decided to give her what she really wanted, a spotlight. Let me explain. The week after the confrontation, I didn't say much. I acted quiet, withdrawn. Like I was still hurt. Still licking my wounds. I let her think she'd won. She even started inviting her friends over again, laughing in that fake polite way she does when she wants to feel powerful. I slept on the couch and said I just needed time to think. What I was really doing. Planning. Now, remember Chris? My buddy who didn't respond to my texts after the party? Turns out he had been pissed, not at me, but at her. He'd overheard her bragging to one of her friends at the party after I'd gone into the bathroom about how he should be grateful she was with him and how she was doing charity work. Chris was disgusted. He told me he'd stayed silent at first because he didn't want to get in the middle of our relationship. But after I told him what I found in her group chat, he said 6 words that lit the fuse. So, what do you want to do? I smiled. You remember her birthday's next week? He nodded. Oh, damn. Let me be very clear, I wasn't looking for petty revenge. I wasn't gonna burn her clothes or key her car. I'm not that dude. I just wanted the truth to come out, the full, unfiltered truth in front of the same kind of audience she used to humiliate me. So we made a plan. Tessa had been planning her birthday dinner for weeks. Fancy rooftop bar, private lounge, full goddess vibes only dress code. She asked me if I could help her cover part of the reservation costs since she'd been carrying us financially. I looked her dead in the eye and said, of course. She smiled. See? You're learning. I wanted to puke. But I played along. Now here's where it gets good. I reached out to a few of her friends, people I'd always gotten along with. Two of them, including Emma, who'd warned me with that hoodie drop-off, were not on board with her recent behavior. They agreed to be at the dinner and said they'd even help set the stage. So the day comes. Tessa walks into the lounge looking like a damn influencer ad, hair done, makeup perfect, heels clicking like they were personally insulting the floor. She makes an entrance, of course. Soaks up the attention. I show up 15 minutes later with Chris, holding a tiny gift bag. She lights up. Ah, you did come. I smile. Of course. I wouldn't miss this for the world. She eats it up. Starts doing that thing where she pretends to be humble while reminding everyone of how amazing she is. Oh, it's nothing really. Just a small dinner with my closest people and my project boyfriend, she jokes, nudging me. Everyone laughs except for Emma and Chris. They just look at me. I wait until the dessert hits the table. Then I stand up. Hey, can I say a few words? Tessa claps. Oh, he's doing a toast. My sweet little poet. I clear my throat. First of all, happy birthday, Tessa. You're certainly unforgettable. A few chuckles. And second, I just want to say thank you. Because being with you taught me a lot. Like what love isn't. And what I'll never accept again. She blinks. Smile starts to twitch. I pull the little gift bag from under the table and hand it to her. She opens it. Inside? A USB stick. Labeled Glow Up Story, Uncut Edition. She frowns. What's this? Everything you've said about me for the past 4 months. The screenshots. The messages. The jokes. The bragging. Your little a charity case monologues. Silence. I figured, since I was such a big part of your story, I should leave you with something to remember me by. People are stunned. Her friends are whispering. Emma's staring at her like she just saw a ghost. Tessa tries to speak. Wait. Keith, what are you doing? I don't let her finish. Oh, and just so you know, I got a job last week. 6 figures. Remote. They found my old design portfolio and reached out. She goes pale. And I already moved my stuff out. Chris helped me this morning. You can keep the rice and tears. I walk out. Dead silence behind me. Just the click of her heels as she rushes after me. She caught up outside. You humiliated me in front of everyone. I turned to her, calm as hell. Funny. That's exactly how I felt on my birthday. Then I walked away. And I haven't seen her since. So, after I dropped that bomb at Tessa's birthday dinner and walked out with my spine straighter than it had been in months, I thought that was the end of it. Spoiler, it wasn't. But before we get to that mess, let me take a second to explain the real plot twist, the part Tessa never imagined in her condescending glow-up fantasy. Remember how I mentioned landing a new job? Yeah, that part's real. About a week before her birthday dinner, I got an email from a creative director at a boutique ad agency in NYC. Apparently, someone had found my old design work on a freelance portfolio site I totally forgot I even had up. They were looking for someone with fresh ideas for a rebrand campaign for a major tech startup. The pay? Let's just say I went from stress scrolling Indeed to staring at a contract worth 6 figures with benefits, remote flexibility, and a signing bonus that nearly made me drop my phone. I hadn't told anyone yet. Not even Chris. I kept it quiet because I wanted to drop it just right, and you already know how that turned out at the birthday dinner. So yeah, I got the job. Signed the papers the day after I walked out on Tessa. And now I had options. I crashed with Chris for a couple weeks while I found a new apartment. Got a sleek little spot in the city with floor-to-ceiling windows and enough space to stretch for the first time in forever. First night in the new place, I ordered sushi, played my favorite playlist, and laid on the living room floor in silence, just soaking it in. Freedom. Peace. Dignity. But the universe wasn't done with me yet. A couple weeks into the new job, I got invited to this casual rooftop mixer in Brooklyn, just some designers and marketers getting drinks, networking, talking shop. I almost didn't go. Social stuff still made me anxious after everything that happened. But I went. And that's when I saw her. No, not Tessa. Jasmine. Jasmine was someone I hadn't seen since high school. Back then, we had AP English together, and I swear she was the only reason I passed that class. She was quiet but sharp, the kind of girl who stayed under the radar but always had this fierce energy just beneath the surface. We lost touch after graduation. Life happened. So imagine my surprise when I walked onto the rooftop and there she was, camera in hand, taking promo shots for the event. Same piercing eyes, same thoughtful little half-smile. But now she had this whole photographer vibe going, oversized blazer, combat boots, absolutely glowing in the golden hour light. She saw me and tilted her head. Keith? I blinked. Jasmine? We just stared at each other for a second and laughed at the absurdity of it all. She put the camera down and gave me the warmest hug I'd had in years. We spent the whole night catching up. Turns out she's been working as a creative freelancer, building her own brand. She was hustling too. We swapped stories, the real kind, not the Instagram-filtered versions. I told her everything. Not all the dirty details about Tessa, but enough. She listened without judgment, without pity. Just listened. And then she said something that knocked me sideways. You know, I always thought you were going to do something big. I laughed. Tessa didn't think so. Jasmine just looked at me. She didn't know you. I did. That hit different. That night, I walked home with a weird warmth in my chest. Not love, not yet. But the kind of peace that comes when someone sees you without asking for a discount version. And then came the texts. Tessa wasn't done. She messaged me 3 days after her birthday disaster. The first text just said, "You really made a fool of yourself." Then, "Hope you enjoy your shiny new job. Too bad nobody else will put up with your broke trauma." Then a voice message. I didn't even listen to it. Just saved it. Deleted her number after that. But she kept coming. New numbers. Instagram DMs, emails. Even made a second TikTok. Yes, she was one of those people vaguely referencing her toxic ex who couldn't handle a boss bitch. My friends sent it to me. I didn't even bother responding. Because at that point, I was too busy living. Me and Jasmine started talking more. Then hanging out. Then, well, you know how that goes. She's not just kind. She's present. She doesn't make me feel small or ashamed for needing help or not having everything together all the time. When I told her about the group chat messages Tessa sent about me, she didn't laugh. She got angry. For me. That's when I knew. This wasn't some rebound. This was healing. So, let's set the scene. By now, I was flying high. New job, new apartment, a growing relationship with Jasmine that felt more real in a few weeks than a year with Tessa ever did. Life was finally moving forward. I hadn't heard from Tessa in about 2 weeks. Thought maybe she'd finally given up. But you already know that's not how this works. It started when Emma texted me on a random Thursday afternoon. "Dude, are you seeing this?" Attached was a screenshot. Tessa had posted a photo on Instagram of her in my old apartment. Sitting on the same couch I used to crash on. Sipping wine with the caption, "Cheers to outgrowing the people who held you back." Clinking glasses sparkles. Now that couch? I had sold it on Facebook Marketplace before I moved. And suddenly I remembered the weird Venmo notification from a guy named Tyler who I sold it to. The same guy who, get this, used to flirt with Tessa at our mutual gym. Yup, she bought the couch back. That alone was weird. Like obsessively weird. But the post blew up with comments. All her little minions hyping her up. Saying she deserved better. Calling me a sleeper cell boyfriend. Whatever the hell that means. I just laughed. Honestly, I was over it. Until I got an email. From HR. At my new job. Apparently, someone, I wonder who, had submitted an anonymous complaint alleging that I was using company resources to bully and harass women online. With screenshots. Of my Reddit posts. Yeah. This Reddit account. This story. This whole saga. She'd found it. Or someone she knew did. And she tried to weaponize it. Now here's the kicker. The screenshots she sent? They were so heavily edited they made me look like I was running a damn hate campaign. Whole chunks of my words twisted or cut. Completely out of context. One line was bolded and highlighted. She humiliated me, so I humiliated her. Which, I mean, yeah, I did say that. But not in the way she framed it. Anyway, I got called into a Zoom meeting with HR. My stomach was in knots. I thought everything I built, the job, the peace, the progress, was about to go up in flames because of her one last spite-fueled grenade. But then, the unexpected twist happened. The head of HR was Jasmine's cousin. I kid you not. I didn't even know until she appeared on screen, recognized my name, and smiled. I felt my pulse slow down a bit, and she said, "Hey Keith, I think we know each other indirectly. Jasmine's talked a lot about you." I was like, what are the odds? I explained everything. I was honest. I pulled up my actual Reddit posts, showed timestamps, even let her see the comments where I specifically said I didn't name Tessa publicly and never doxed her. Jasmine's cousin. Let's call her Nina. Read silently for a minute. Then she leaned forward and said, "Well, this is just wild." Then she added, "We'll document the complaint for protocol, but honestly, looks like you dodged a bullet. I'll take care of it." That was it. Case closed. But the universe wasn't done yet. Because 2 days later, Emma called me laughing so hard she couldn't breathe. Tessa, apparently still trying to do damage control, had accidentally posted a screen recording of herself editing the fake HR complaint screenshots on TikTok, while trying to record a tutorial on how to expose toxic exes. She uploaded the wrong draft. So now, thousands of people watched a video of her literally cropping out texts, adding fake messages, and talking to herself like, "Okay, now I'll say he threatened me." She exposed her own lie. On TikTok. Publicly. It went viral. Not end-of-the-world viral, but viral enough that a few mutuals started calling her out. One girl even stitched it and said, "This is why some of y'all are single. Not because men are trash, but because you're out here filming Law and Order SVU fanfic about your exes." Her account was gone the next morning. Poof. She disappeared like a ghost. After that, silence. Real silence. I never heard from her again. I guess you only get one final boss battle before the game ends, and she played all her cards. Jasmine and I, still together. Still growing. I told her about the HR twist, and we laughed for like 20 minutes straight. Then she said something that stuck with me. You know what the real revenge was? Becoming the version of you she never believed in. That hit me in the soul. It's strange, really, how after everything explodes, after the lies unravel, after the revenge lands and the dust finally settles, there's just silence. Not the kind that hurts. The kind that heals. Tessa disappeared off the grid. Deleted all her socials. Last I heard from mutuals, she told people she was taking a break from the digital world to focus on self-growth. Translation: hiding from the absolute wreckage she created and the receipts she left behind. Whatever. I wasn't thinking about her anymore. My energy had shifted. Life post-Tessa wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. Gentle. Like stepping into warm sunlight after months of gray. Jasmine and I didn't rush anything. That's the thing I love about her, she's intentional. When she touches my hand, she means it. When she asks how I'm doing, she waits for the answer. No performative concern. No fixing. Just presence. She came over one night with takeout and an old Polaroid camera. Said, "I want to start capturing the soft stuff. The stuff we never think to remember." We took photos of us eating on the floor, laughing with mouths full of noodles, Cooper, her old cat, crawling across the table like a menace. We took photos of normal. That night, she asked me something simple. When was the last time you felt safe in your own story? It hit me harder than any breakup ever did. Because for years, I wasn't the main character in my life. I was someone else's accessory. Someone else's pity case. The funny guy, the fallback guy, the guy she settled for until she found better. But now I was building something. I started going to therapy. Not because Jasmine pushed me, because I wanted to finally sit in the damn chair and say everything out loud. About Tessa. About my family. About the shame I'd been dragging around like a suitcase with one broken wheel. My therapist asked me a question I hadn't even realized I'd avoided. What part of you thought you deserved to be humiliated? And yeah, that one cracked something open. Because I let Tessa walk all over me, didn't I? I let her make jokes about my financial problems, let her spin the story of me being some sad little dependent because some part of me believed it. I thought I was lucky to have her. I wasn't. I was just trained to think love had to be earned through pain. But with Jasmine? It's different. It's slow Sunday mornings. It's watching her tie her hair up with a pen and hum off-key while she edits photos. It's her falling asleep with her head on my chest, mumbling about dreams she had as a kid. It's her telling me you don't have to prove anything. Just be here. And maybe that's the real twist of the story. The revenge wasn't exposing Tessa. It was reclaiming myself. I got promoted at work, creative lead now. Jasmine's photo series got picked up by a local gallery. We're talking about traveling. Maybe Iceland. Maybe Tokyo. We don't know. The world feels wide again. Last week, I found one of those old party hats from my birthday, the one where it all went to hell. I was about to toss it, but Jasmine stopped me. Keep it, she said. It's part of the story. So I did. I don't have some huge dramatic climax to this update. No fiery betrayal or viral meltdown. Just peace. Real, honest peace. But if you're still with me, if you've been reading this story and maybe seeing yourself in pieces of it, I want to say something directly to you. Don't ever let someone make you feel small for struggling. Don't mistake cruelty for strength. Don't call it love if it doesn't let you breathe. And when you finally get out, live, loudly, softly, whatever way feels right. But live. Honestly, I thought I was done. Story wrapped. Bad girl exposed, good girl found, life rebuilt, cue soft indie music over a montage of healing and brunch dates and aesthetic apartment lighting. But life doesn't end on the beat. It lingers. It loops. Sometimes it circles back to knock on your door one last time. And that's exactly what happened. 3 months after everything, I got a letter. Like a real letter. In an envelope. No return address, but I recognized the handwriting immediately. Tessa. I stood in my kitchen holding that thing like it was a bomb. Part of me wanted to throw it straight in the trash. But curiosity? That bastard always wins. So I opened it. It was 2 pages. Neatly written. No smudges. No tears. Just words.